the building, we taking it over. Call the promoters. I just put up in this thing with my soldiers. I blew it and I'm still. Last minute, I'ma need me.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Bengals and the Commanders, and it comes your way next.
This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Washington Commanders. With my good friend Charles Davis in the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and the moment has finally arrived, CD. It's time to begin a new NFL season.
Partner, there's no hiding my excitement as I got ready this morning. I could not wait to get here for this game. Imagine what it's like out there on the field for those players, though. OTAs, training camp, preseason has all led to this moment when they officially kick this one off to get the season underway.
Here now to get us started is Logan Cook, and we are underway from FedEx Field. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment.
Here we go. Stop.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Burrow throw. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Pulled in at the 24. A good return there, 17 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. So here are the Commanders making their way out. They'll be led out by a 1st-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
Coming out of Ohio State, one of the top prospects in the NFL draft, and it was so big that they moved up in the draft to get him, to make sure that they had him. And, boys, he got the full package. Loves the game, big-time arm, 4.4 speed, so good that another quarterback prospect said to him, "What's it feel like to run 4.4? Everybody wants to be that fast."
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Going right back to DeAndre Hopkins. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
On 1st down, Fields. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
This throw caught right around the 6. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
Back to throw, Fields. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Commanders are on the board here first in the season opener. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
And look, you're down 7-0 in the first quarter. You know it's not a time to panic or feel like you've got to get those points back right away. But how about their conviction and taking that chance to throw the ball deep right there, knowing they can hit on plays like this? I'll bet that won't be the last time we see them take a deep shot in this game.
Mixon with a first down carry. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now it's Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Here we go, here we go.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
On one, right?
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Here's Burrow. Here's Higgins out of the right side. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
It's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there? Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. McPherson's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Bengals grab it. And that one coming on his opening carry of the season. Do you give him a mulligan?
You would like to, but this game counts. If this were preseason, he'd get a mulligan. But this is for real. Not expecting that at all. Got to find a way to take care of it. I'm sure he'll get other opportunities.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And a question.
After review of the play.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down. One back to the backfield, he'll get the carry. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Fields now to throw. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
3rd and long. It's Fields. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. Gonzalez's kick is good, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Airing one out for Boyd. And incomplete on the deep ball. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 31-yard line.
On one, ready?
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase, 31 yards. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am, go ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, whether they want to let their return guy touch it.
Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Washington going to go on offense now late in this first half. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. Fields on first down. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, Fields. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the 45 on 2nd down, Fields. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Throwing again is Fields. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it, because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for the Bengals. And they didn't get a whole lot done in the rushing department in those first two quarters. They probably feel pretty lucky to be tied here at halftime. Meanwhile, for Washington, they had a little bit more success on the ground than their opponents did. And that should set them up well for the second half to come. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week one, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Now, this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Commanders up first on offense as we begin this third quarter. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied. Charles, so we start the third quarter. Curious to see what the second brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
On 2nd and 9, Fields. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Able to complete this to Chilom. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A very solid gain of 27. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. His throw incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. To throw is Fields. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a 1st down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And the offense moving quickly to the line. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes it a 17-10 score. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
11 mighty, 11, 11 MP, Tate.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And that one complete once again to Higgins. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Burrow hooking up with Higgins for a Bengal first down.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
First down, here's Burrow. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
I think that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Cincinnati set to take over once again. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Kelvin Joseph. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick six for a Washington touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. taken at about the 1. The Bengals drive about to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Back now at FedEx Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. On second down and 4. Burrow. That's going to be brought in by Higgins. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
2nd and 10 now. Burrow connecting on the out route here with Higgins. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before. Scowling down on the sideline, and he's thrown out the red challenge flag. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that.
So challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts. And Burrow going to throw again. Open makes it Higgins. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. They like going to hit the ball, which is another one. I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him. Why not get back to him? He has something to do. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And they're going to have another first down here. It's a tackle made at Washington's 20-yard line. And now it's Burrow. They'll set up the screen here. He's taken down at the 21 after a short gain or 2. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Down at the 10-yard line. Burrow there's the Cincy first. Those are the types of plays they probably will need more of in the first 3 quarters. This definitely going to be tough to overcome out here in the 4th. But a nice first down to pick up on that throw. Execution there to the scoreboard is going against you. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter. It has been a one-sided affair. They've got a red zone 3 times. They should use just 3 points. They find the end zone here on 2nd and goal. Down his man quickly over the middle. That's Montgomery. Must have 3rd and goal. Now it's Burrow. One side and an inability to advance the ball from the other. They run forward with Mixon, and he's not going to get in. Mixon unable to find the goal line on 4th down. And the community defense able to hold. During that run, an injury here. What was those big blockers and discomfort? We always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week one. This is not too serious. Let's take a quick timeout. Just shy of the 35 at the 34. That gets to 17 on a play that originated at the 17. And put that down before reaching the 35-yard line. It's another pretty shaky start to the year for these defenses. They defended for first and 10. And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. It will be their third and final timeout since they talk things over. We'll just step aside. Now that looks like he'll fall in here. It's complete. It's going to go out of bounds. It takes us just shy of the 20. And they gain 28 yards there and give them a first down. Offensively, not a big chunk of yardage charge. The defensively, they have all this talk about trying to limit explosive plays. They have not been able to do that. They discussed it all week. They haven't been able to execute it at all. They've been able to find a way to slow down this offense, making answers and not coming up that any. First down, Fields. Charles, no matter what the prognosticators say before the season, whether they think you're going to be good, bad, or somewhere in the middle, you never quite know how week one's going to play out. But for the Bengals, it's been an impressive performance, and they are well on their way to a wonderful start. It's a lot like a presence, isn't it, partner? I'm not quite sure it's inside what you're hoping for, right? In this case, exactly what they were looking for. That's exactly what they need. Now they're able to tack on the ATT, and that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, Cook now kicks this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's leading in zone for a touchdown. Now this is Cincinnati offense. They see they can do here. And they do coming in as this would be a tough place to go and win a season opener. But this is just a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of as they try it in this fourth quarter. Throwing now, Burrows on first down. It completes it. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock is down to 21 seconds to go in the football game. They'll come out second and 4 on the 31. Here's Burrows. It's on the right side. Now it's a timeout call for the offense. Now they'll lose just one remaining in this fourth quarter play. Now Burrows. That's good coverage. Let's get the completion. The Bengals bring out the run now. That's one on the way for the second time. 33 yards is the distance on the play. And it'll be time maybe one final play before we get triple zeros. Out there, set ready for this